Everyone. How are we doing today? So I just heard about another industry asking for, posturing, suggesting, begging for a bailout. As you know, we've been talking about a bailout of the airline industry, transportation industry for probably 3 months now on this channel. And each time we do that, I've been talking about, what about the hotel industry? What is going on there? Well, it looks like the hotel industry has gone on a search for just that, a huge bailout. So the CEO of Best Western, David Kong, has brought some pretty scary numbers to bear. Apparently, in today's United States, there's 57,000 hotels. Again, these are numbers that David shared. I haven't validated them, but I'm sure it's close to that. Of that 57,000, David is saying 38,000 of them will close in the next 6 months. They will fail. That is greater than 50%. 50% of the hotels, if this argument is true, could close in the next 6 months. Couple of things about this argument are interesting. Obviously, there's this health crisis and the like going on. That is not a shock to you or me. But what is really happening, there is still a fair amount of vacationing, staycations, driving going on. But what consumers are saying, and hotels need to realize that this could be changing for quite a while. The consumers are saying, I feel safer in an Airbnb. Airbnb, vacation rentals, is actually up. Staycations, 1 week, 10-day stays, Airbnb doing quite well. Hotels, not. Single lobbies, elevators, shared gyms, just different. In an environment where space is good, where you want to be around you and your family, the hotel industry is kind of at a disadvantage. Not to mention conventions and other large gatherings of people. Hotels need to realize that they need to cater to the vacationer, not the business traveler. And right now, consumers feel safer in an Airbnb. And that's hard for them to fight. Again, David, CEO of Best Western, is saying that the industry has laid off 9.1 million people between March and August. He is highlighting that very soon loans will be going from technical default to default, and the entire hotel industry and the commercial backed mortgages that hold the paper will blow up. The hotel industry needs to change, or it needs to hold on until we get a vaccine, and then some time, frankly. I'm not a big fan of bailouts. I'm not a big fan of airline bailouts. I'm not a big fan of the financial bailouts from before. Certainly not a fan of what I'm hearing in the hotel industry. The hotel industry needs to think different. Airbnb is actually up. So ask yourself, how can you do that? What can you change about your lobby, about your check-in process, about your shared amenities to make consumers less nervous? In addition to that, maybe we have too many hotels. Something else hotel operators should look at doing is, what can we do in the city that we are in to maybe convert our hotels to efficiency units and maybe make it affordable housing? Most American cities have an affordable housing problem. They would obviously need to work with the local areas because there's often rules and regulations for residential units, i.e. covered parking, i.e. number of square feet of open space. some things that are not required when a hotel is configured. But given the need for affordable housing, what could be a oversupply of hotels, I would hope those entities get together and everybody wins. Look for the opportunity. Don't ask for a bailout. Maybe you need to change. Maybe your business model needs to change. A bailout is not always the right answer. It's hard, it's difficult, creative destruction, not fun. But I do think there's an opportunity to change your model. Again, vacations are happening. People are staying away. They're just turning to Airbnb because they feel safer. First thing I would do as a hotel is, how can we do that? What can we change? Then, if that wasn't really an option, and you happen to be in a city that has a low supply of affordable housing, how could you just turn your hotel into a lot of affordable housing? Maybe every 2 units become 1 unit. I don't know. But there are things that can be done and really come out of this as a winner. Maybe we just have too many hotel rooms. Maybe. Don't know. Airbnb seems to be taking some market share. So that's what I have for you. Again, I don't like the idea of bailouts. Every time I hear it, my body just cringes. You know, I could certainly see why we needed a $2 trillion CARES Act back in March or April. This came out of kind of nowhere. Nobody was ready for it. That made total sense to me. But we've been in this now for 6, 7, 8 months. Let's start to think different. Let's stop borrowing from the future and having our grandkids pay off our debt. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.